Myself Dr. Shabnam Shah. Today we will discuss about hypertensive disorders in pregnancy. In introduction part, hypertension is one of the common medical complications of pregnancy and contributes significantly to the maternal and perinatal morbidity and mortality. Classification of hypertension in pregnancy. Hypertension BP blood pressure more than 140 by 90 mm of Hg measured at 2 times at least 6 hours apart. Proteinuria, again hypertension with proteinuria. Urinary excretion of proteins should be more than 0.3 grams per 24 hours. Gestational hypertension, blood pressure is more than 140 by 90 mm of Hg for the first time in pregnancy after 20 weeks without proteinuria, that is gestational hypertension. Preeclampsia, gestational hypertension with proteinuria. Eclampsia, woman with preeclampsia along with grand mal seizures. HELLP syndrome, hemolysis, elevated liver enzymes, low platelet count. Chronic hypertension, non-hypertension patient with pregnancy. Superimposed preeclampsia, eclampsia, occurrence of new onset of proteinuria in woman with chronic hypertension. Again, chronic hypertension with superimposed preeclampsia and eclampsia. The common causes for chronic hypertension: essential hypertension, chronic renal diseases, coarctation of aorta, endocrine disorders like diabetes mellitus, pheochromocytoma, thyrotoxicosis, connective tissue disease, generally lupus erythematosus. The criteria for diagnosis of superimposed preeclampsia: new onset of proteinuria more than 0.5 gram per day, aggravation of hypertension, development of HELLP syndrome, development of headache, scotoma, epigastric pain. Preeclampsia. Definition, we will discuss the definition. Preeclampsia is multisystem disorder of unknown etiology characterized by development of hypertension to the extent of 140 by 90 mm of Hg, that is systolic is 140 and diastolic blood pressure is 90 mm of Hg or more with proteinuria after 20 weeks in a previously normotensive and normoproteinuric woman. Preeclamptic features. Before 20 weeks in cases of hydatidiform mole and acute polyhydramnios. In cases of hydatidiform mole and in acute polyhydramnios, preeclamptic feature may develop before 20 weeks of pregnancy. Pregnancy induced hypertension, it is also called as PIH. The hypertension that develops as a direct result of gravid state of uterus. Gestational hypertension, it is also divided into 3 categories: gestational hypertension, preeclampsia, eclampsia. Diagnostic criteria for preeclampsia: hypertension, and first one is hypertension, an absolute rise of blood pressure for at least 140 by 90 mm of Hg. Rise of blood pressure should be, it is calculated by mean arterial pressure. Systolic pressure plus diastolic pressure into 2 upon 3 is equal to mean arterial pressure. Edema, demonstration of pitting edema over ankles after 12 hours of bed rest. Weight gain is more than 1 pound a week or more than 5 pounds per month in latter months of pregnancy. So it is a alarming sign for pregnancy induced hypertension, generally preeclampsia. Proteinuria, presence of total proteins in 24 hours of urine is more than 0.3 grams. 2 plus proteins at least in 2 random clean catch urine samples. Incidence, the incidence of preeclampsia in hospital practice varies widely from 5% to 15%. In primary gravida it is about 10% and in multigravida it is about 5%. Risk factors for preeclampsia in primary gravida: young or elderly. In primary gravida, young primary gravida, elderly primary gravida. Family history of hypertension, family history of preeclampsia is also important. That is one of the risk factor. Placental abnormalities, hyperplacentosis, excessive exposure to chorionic villi, placental ischemia. Again, next one is obesity. Body mass index is more than 35 kg per meter square and the patients are insulin resistance. Etiology, pathology for preeclampsia: failure of trophoblast invasion, vascular endothelial damage, inflammatory mediators, immunological intolerance between maternal and fetal tissues, coagulation abnormalities, increase of oxygen free radicals, imbalance of angiogenic and anti-angiogenic proteins, genetic predisposition, dietary deficiency or excess. Pathophysiology, uteroplacental bed. There is increased evidence of premature aging of placenta. Villi, syncytial degeneration increase, syncytial knots, marked proliferation of cytotrophoblast, thickening of basement layer and proliferative endarteritis are evident in varying degrees. In preeclampsia, the normal endovascular invasion of cytotrophoblast into spiral arteries fails to occur beyond deciduous myometrial junction. Intravillous circulation. The blood flow is impaired to extent of about 1/3. Secondary changes in the maternal blood vessels. These results in placental changes, anatomical and functional changes, which are responsible for fetal jeopardy. Kidney. Glomerular endotheliosis. Endothelial cells swell up and fibrin-like deposits occur in basement membrane. The lumen may be occluded. Interstitial cells in between the capillaries proliferate. There is associated spasm of affected glomerular arterioles. Patchy areas of damage of tubular epithelium due to anoxia are evident. The net effect are reduced renal blood flow and glomerular filtration rate by 25% in 25% of cases and impaired tubular reabsorption or secretory function. In severe cases, bilateral renal cortical necrosis may be seen. Blood vessels there is intense vasospasm. In liver, periportal hemorrhagic necrosis of liver occurs due to thrombosis of arterioles. HELLP syndrome, hemolysis, elevated liver enzymes and low platelet count, rare complication of preeclampsia, that is 10 to 15%. HELLP syndrome may develop even without maternal hypertension. Symptoms: nausea, vomiting, epigastric and right upper quadrant pain. Parenchymal necrosis of liver causes elevation of hepatic enzymes and bilirubin. There may be subcapsular hematoma formation diagnosed by CT scan and abnormal peripheral blood smear. Eventually, liver may rupture to cause sudden hypotension due to hemoperitoneum. Vasoconstriction increase, so hypertension, decrease organ perfusion, uteroplacental basically. So IUGR. Then in kidneys there is low renal perfusion, oliguria. In liver there is ischemia, HELLP syndrome. Brain, there will be seizures and increased endothelial dysfunction, ascites, edema, proteinuria, pleural effusion, activation of coagulation system, thrombocytopenia and disseminated intravascular coagulation, that is DIC. Management: anti-seizure prophylaxis with magnesium sulfate is started. Careful assessment of maternal and fetal status followed by delivery is done. Complications: maternal and perinatal. Maternal: abruptio placentae, DIC, acute renal failure, severe ascites, pulmonary edema, pleural effusions, cerebral edema, laryngeal edema, retinal detachment, subcapsular liver hematoma, acute respiratory distress syndrome, that is ARDS, sepsis and death. Perinatal morbidity and mortality are significantly increased. This is due to preterm delivery, prematurity, respiratory distress syndrome and sepsis. Clinical types: mild and severe. Sustained rise of blood pressure more than 140 by 90 mm of Hg but less than 160 by 110 mm of Hg. In severe cases, persistent systolic blood pressure is above or equal to 160 mm of Hg and diastolic blood pressure is above 110 mm of Hg. Protein excretion is more than 5 gram per 24 hours. Oliguria, platelet count is less than 1 lakh. HELLP syndrome, cerebral or visual disturbances, persistent severe epigastric pain, retinal hemorrhage, exudate or papilledema, intrauterine growth restriction of fetus, pulmonary edema. Diastolic rise of blood pressure is more important than systolic one. In clinical features, preeclampsia frequently occurs in primary. It is more often associated with obstetrical medical complications such as multiple pregnancy, polyhydramnios, pre-existing hypertension, diabetes. The clinical manifestations appear usually after 20 weeks. Onset usually insidious and the syndrome runs a slow course. Symptoms: mild symptoms, Swelling over the ankles. Gradually the swelling may extend to face, abdominal wall, vulva and even to the whole body. These are the picture. We can see the pitting edema on ankle and vulval edema. Alarming symptoms usually associated with acute onset of syndrome: headache, disturbed sleep, diminished urinary output, epigastric pain. Eye symptoms: blurring, scotoma, dimness of vision, at times complete blindness may occur. In signs: abnormal weight gain, rise of blood pressure, edema, no manifestation of chronic cardiovascular renal pathology. Pulmonary edema: in abdominal examination, scanty liquor or growth retardation of fetus we can notice. Rapid gain in weight, visible edema or hypertension, proteinuria. Investigations: urine, proteinuria is noticed. Ophthalmoscopy examination, retinal edema, constriction of arterioles. Blood values, biochemical marker of preeclampsia. Serum uric acid level is biochemical marker for preeclampsia. Antenatal fetal monitoring. Complications: immediate maternal eclampsia, shock, sepsis. In fetal, IUD, IUGR, asphyxia and prematurity. Remote complications: residual hypertension, recurrent preeclampsia, chronic renal disease. Prognosis: the prognosis of preeclampsia depends on the period of gestation, severity of disease and response to treatment. Prevention: regular antenatal checkup, antithrombotic agents should be given. Heparin or low molecular weight heparin is recommended. Calcium supplementation, antioxidant, vitamin E and vitamin C and nutritional supplements. Balanced diet rich in proteins important. Homeopathic management: magnesium sulfate, Apis mellifica, apocyinum, natrum and natrum salt. These are the important medicine. Those can be prescribed in pregnancy-induced hypertension, in preeclampsia and eclampsia. Thank you for giving me the chance. Thanks a lot.